What do you guys think? Do you guys think that these two are having any kind of conflict? Do you guys think that Rand Carthon and Mike Vrabel have problems and don't see eye to eye and can't work together, and next year there will be changes? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment below.
A lot of questions facing this franchise this offseason. Do you start with salary cap, or is quarterback maybe the top of your to-do list and trying to figure out where to go next?
I think Mike Vrabel is the top of my to-do list, and us working together and forging a relationship and coming up with our plan on how to build this roster. You know, I think there are a multitude of things that we need to do, that we need to fix and make this organization better. But my number one priority is spending more time with Mike Vrabel and learning the systems that are here in place and how I can help improve upon them, and which will help us build a championship team.
What's up, Titans family? Welcome back to All Out Titans podcast. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Is there problems in the Titans front office with general manager Rand Carthon and the current head coach Mike Vrabel? That is a question we need to really start asking. Now, there are a lot of rumors out there about Vrabel in the hot seat, Vrabel getting fired, and I really don't see how any of us, how our season's going or how last year's season went, how that's Mike's fault. You know, there's always going to be some kind of conflict with the head coach and general manager. There just is. I highly doubt the problems between Rand and Mike are nowhere near how John Robinson and Mike's were. Because Mike Vrabel went out to the public and said what he wanted and what he wanted to do, and John Robinson didn't care. Rand Carthon is a team player. That's why he was hired, to communicate and be a team player. When he was hired at his opening press conference, he said his number one priority is to get with Mike Vrabel and work with Mike Vrabel. It would be a damn shame if they worked together for 1 year and then you fire the guy that you said was your number one priority. Mike Vrabel is a great coach. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want him fired for some reason, because 2 years ago, the same people that are wanting him fired right now were saying how great he was and how he was the best coach ever. That's one thing I see a lot, is people changing their minds way too freaking quick. Mike Vrabel has proven when we have the talent, he can get us to the playoffs, he can get us to win games, and even a chance at the Super Bowl. You can't blame him for Ryan Tannehill throwing an interception to the Bengals. You can't blame him in the playoffs before that when Ryan Tannehill threw the interception to the Ravens. You can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for last year when we didn't have any receivers. You can't blame him this year when we don't have an O-line or defensive backs. You can't blame Vrabel for that. And everybody wants to blame Vrabel for some reason when he's actually been proven to be a great coach for us. Last year, everybody wanted Todd Downing fired. Everyone got what they wanted, including myself. Todd got fired. Now everyone this year wants Vrabel fired. It shouldn't go like that just because you're having a bad year. It's proven that we don't have the talent there. It's the roster, guys. We don't have the talent. We don't have the skill set as the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Eagles, or Miami, or whatever. We don't have the talent there. Now next year we have $100 million in cap space. We can actually do something, and I know it sucks talking about next year already in November. We have $100 million next year in cap space. We might have a somewhat decent draft pick. Wait till next year. Now, next year comes around and we rearrange our offensive line and get some defensive backs and draft some good players and blah, 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 and it's still looking like this, then you can say, we need to switch coaching staff. Mike Vrabel's not making it happen. And I really think that's what's going to happen. I highly doubt Rand Carthon is going to fire Vrabel after this season just because of the offensive line and defensive back. I highly think, do they disagree? I'm sure they do. They don't agree on everything. Do they work well together? I'm sure they do sometimes as well. But is there real serious problems? It's hard to say. It really is. Do they see eye to eye on everything? I highly doubt it. But do they work together at the end of the day? Yes. And the big question is Rand Carthon happy with the outcome right now? Of course not. The team is 3-5. Of course he's not happy. When Mike Vrabel took over, we went 9-7, 11-5, 12-5. The year we went 12-5, we were the number one seed. That was 2 years ago. You can't blame him for the roster getting all messed up and having a crappy roster. When the roster was good, the team was good. The coaching was good. Now, everybody wants somebody to blame. You can't blame Vrabel because of the roster status of right now. Now, we have a big decision coming on Tuesday. The decision of starting Will Levis for the rest of the season or going with Ryan Tannehill. Now, everybody keeps saying if Vrabel goes with Tannehill, he deserves to be fired. I highly believe he will stick with Tannehill. The only reason why is, like I said in my last video, I don't think he trusts Levis yet. I think he truly feels that Ryan Tannehill gives us the best chance to win, which is a dumb decision because we all know that Will Levis gives us the best chance to win. I truly believe that Will is better than Ryan Tannehill. He has 4 touchdowns for 1 interception in 2 games. Ryan Tannehill is 2 touchdowns for 6 interceptions. If Vrabel sticks with Ryan Tannehill, what's going to be his answer? Because I would truly believe that he's going to want to leave if he starts Ryan. Now, when he didn't announce at the press conference, I said, okay, he's not announcing it because he hasn't talked to Tannehill yet. So I wasn't too worried about that. I wasn't too worried about it. But then when I sat and thought about it, I was like, You know, at the press conference when we lost, he basically said he didn't let that 3rd and 4 play, which was the dumbest call ever. They ran it because Levis threw 2 bad balls before then. Do you not trust the kid? Because if you don't trust him, you're definitely not going to start him. He was inactive the first 6 weeks. Inactive. And now he's proven himself. He shows that he can play in this league and play good. And you're still going to stick with Ryan. That, I think, will cause some problems in the upstairs office. That's really the question. The question shouldn't be, is there problems between Rand Carthon and Mike Vrabel? The question should be, is Mike Vrabel happy being in Tennessee? Is Mike Vrabel willing and wanting to stay the Titans head coach? On Bussin' with the Boys, they asked him, like, is there anywhere else you would want to coach? And it seemed like he thought about it for a second, but he didn't want to play the game because he knew how the media would spin it. He was like, nope. We're not doing that. Tennessee, that's where I want to stay. I want to see the new stadium built. I want to see this thing through. You know, we've been working on this thing for 6 years. I want us to get to that next level. I want us to get to a Super Bowl. And I was really happy with that answer. You know, he's been part of the organization for 6 years. And he's done a lot of great things for us. You know, way better than any other head coach ever has. But he talks about how Fisher took us to the Super Bowl. I don't believe there's any problems between Rand Carthon and Mike Vrabel. I hope not. There probably is on some things, of course. They don't agree on everything. But is there current problems? I would say no. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that these two are having any kind of conflict? Do you guys think that Rand Carthon and Mike Vrabel have problems and don't see eye to eye and can't work together, and next year there will be changes? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment below and let me know. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.